Yo, what is freaking good, chat? Today we're going through every single sword in Terraria. We're gonna dive straight into it. We're gonna first dive in to the lowest melee damage all the way up to the highest melee damage, which is the Zenith. So we're gonna go and see. So essentially we're just gonna be going through these weapons, and if you like a certain weapon, then you can feel free to go into the wiki and see how it is crafted. I will have the DPS on the top right of the screen so you guys can see how much damage per second these weapons do. Starting off, we got the copper short sword. Boom. There it is, guys. This is the beginning sword you get in Terraria. And as you guys can see, I do not have anything that will give me extra damage. Alright, we're going to go ahead and kill a zombie. Here is the zombie, guys, versus the short sword. Let's see how it does. Right, it is completely trash, guys. Moving on, we got the copper broadsword. Now, this is the swingable version of that copper short sword. Here it is against that same zombie. Let's see how it does. So now this one does 5 damage per second, but it is still garbage, guys. Now we're gonna skip mainly the iron, the tin, the tungsten swords, because there is too many swords to go over in this video already. The next sword we got is the cactus sword. Let's see how this cactus sword goes against a zombie. Keep in mind, guys, this is also in master mode, and it appears that this is doing worse than the copper sword. This is doing 2 damage per second. Moving on, we got the gold short sword and the gold broadsword. Bring out that one zombie that's in hard mode. Let's see how it goes. And it is doing not a lot of damage, guys. But keep in mind, this is also in hard mode. Now this is the broadsword. It's doing a lot better, but not good enough. Moving on, we now got the fly meal. This says the best to use for pranking town folks. Makes others smell like cilantro. Oh no. Now against this zombie that has 400 health for whatever reason. Let's see how it goes. Alright, guys, it is doing a decent job, I guess. But why is it farting, bro? So what is cool too is that this can actually kill NPCs as shown. Alright, guys, moving up the list, we got the Gladius. Now this is somewhat like a short sword as well. Now this one does about 20 to 30 damage per second, which is not bad, but also not the best for hard mode. Now these weapons are definitely pre-hard mode, and so it's definitely not recommended after the Wall of Flesh. Next we got the Light's Bane. Let's see how this one does against that zombie. Oh, this one's loud for whatever reason. Now this one surprisingly does more damage here, but it damage per seconds wise, it's only doing about 15, max 10, which is horrible. The Light's Bane is also very trash in hard mode. Now we got the Terraria. Now these ones are definitely one of my favorite types of swords, but can it kill this freaking zombie? Let's see. Most definitely can, guys. Just like that, the zombie is dead, doing 94 damage per second. That's what I like to see. Moving on, guys, we got the Ice Blade. This does 17 damage per second and shoots an icy bolt. Let's see it against this zombie. Icy bolt only doing about 12 to 15 damage per second, and the sword itself is doing about 30 damage per second. Also, now we downgraded, guys, and that is the end of the Ice Blade. Now the Blade of Grass is up next, doing 18 melee damage. Let's see it against this freaking zombie, guys. It's doing a good 32 damage per second, 35 I just seen. That is not bad, and it managed to kill the zombie. That's what I like to see. All right, moving on, we got the katana. Come on, let's bring out the zombie. Come on, boom, zombie katana, do damage. Come on. That's actually not bad damage. Decent. For pre-hard mode weapons, that's decent damage. Alright, next, guys, we got the candy cane sword. Let's see how this one does. Oh my gosh, this is horrible. All right, do not get this candy cane sword. Moving on to the next weapon, guys. We got the swordfish. Let's see how this swordfish is gonna do against these zombies here. And it's not doing too bad, guys. Its damage per second is very high because I spawned multiple zombies, which was my bad. But hey, that is great to see. For one zombie, it does about 50 damage per second, which isn't too bad. Alright guys, here's the next sword. It is called the exotic scimitar. Does 20 melee damage. Let's see how good this sword is. And that is not too bad. But it's not able to kill the zombie in hard mode. Probably not the best weapon in pre-hard mode. Moving on, we got the bloody machete, 20 melee damage. Okay, oh, and apparently it's throwable. Is this considered even a sword? Technically, I don't know. Anyways, let's just see it, and it's not that bad, not too good. Is it worth it? No. Oh, boy, that's kind of fire actually. All right, moving on, we got the bloody butcher, 22 melee damage. All right, why do I feel like half of these I've been through, or all of them I've been through, just been the worst swords I've ever seen in Terraria, bro? All right. Anyways, bloody butcher, 33 damage, pretty lame. Moving on to the next sword, enchanted sword. This is what I'm talking about. Something that shoots a beam. Can it kill the zombie? Let's find out. 56 damage is not too bad. Because of that projectile, it's actually doing pretty well. Not the worst. Moving on, we get the Miramasa. Now this is, you can find this in the dungeon and the golden chest. Right. Against the zombie, that's what I like to see. It's lifed up that zombie. Next, guys, we got the Arcalis, 25 melee damage. I didn't get this off a Shamu or Shamu. Huh. I like this one. Let's see how much damage it does per second. And it freaking destroys that zombie. Let's see how it does against multiple zombies. Just like nothing, guys. Okay, what I like to see. This is the go-to weapons. Now we got the red phase blade. This does 26 damage. This is a lightsaber. Let's see how it does against a zombie. Not very lightsabery. Pretty cool though. Moving on, we got the beekeeper. Let's see how it goes against a zombie. This is by defeating the queen bee. Oh, I gave him a little bit of confusion and he's dead. Not too bad. The best weapon so far other than the Arcalis. Alright, now moving on to more stronger weapons. We got the bat, and you get this by killing bats. Now this one is actually not that strong. Okay, this seems like it's doing about not that much damage. Uh-oh, I feel like the damage per second just keeps on getting lower. Alright, that is a very decent weapon in pre-hard mode. Very early game, it would be a good weapon. Next, we got the volcano. Now you get this weapon by the health stone. Let's see it against this zombie. Okay, it's doing about 84 damage per second, 77. Boom, zombie is killed. That is the volcano. You get it with the health stone. It is made out of fire. The cobalt sword, it does 40 damage per second. Let's see how it goes against a zombie. This one's not too bad. It's pretty decent damage for the zombie. Okay, moving on, we got the knight's edge. Let's see how much damage this does. Now this one here is one of my favorite swords. Sick. And you craft this one by all of these 4 swords combined together, guys. Miramasa, the blood butcher, the blade of grass, and the volcano. Next, guys, we got the red phaseber. Wait, phaseber, 48 melee damage. So maybe this one would be more like an actual lightsaber. And it melted the zombie away. Just what a lightsaber should do. Next, we got the palladium sword. It does 49 damage. Let's see how it goes against this singular tough zombie that's been freaking tanky for whatever reason. And it's killed in a couple of swings, guys. This one's a decent sword, but I'm pretty sure you get this after Wall of Flesh, and by then there should already be better swords. Alright, the Mithril Sword, 50 damage. Let's see how much this sword does. Only needed a little bit swings to kill this zombie. It is not a bad sword. Now we got the Sleedler, and we get this one from Terra, I believe. Let's see how it goes against this freaking zombie. And it freaking murked him. Okay, try on something harder. Try on a werewolf that has 1,000 health, and oh, he's running away from us. Wow, 300 damage per second is insane. That is the Sleedler, guys, from Terra. Next, we got the Beam Sword against this one zombie. Let's see how it does, guys. It's doing about 145 damage. Not the best weapon there is, but it did kill that zombie, so it has to be decent. Not too sure if this one is a hard mode or a pre-hard mode weapon. I think it is hard mode and dropped by a certain something underground, but it is decent. Next, we got the Cutlass, and I believe this one's from the Pirate Invasion. And the zombie is gone. That did about 145 damage per second. Now we got the Durandal. This is the coolest looking design I've seen in a sword. It looks pretty nice. It says your summons will be focused, struck enemies to gain a whip attack speed. Alright, so the summon damage. Is this even a sword? Oh, it looks like a sword. Oh, my fault. Alright, moving on. We got the blades on, guys. Come on. There it is. It's now doing things. Okay, hello, Icker. That's freaking hitting the zombie. That is freaking lit. That is what's up. Not a bad weapon at all, guys. Moving on, we got the Chlorophyte Saber. Now, this John's ought to be good. Let's try it on a couple of these zombies. Now it's a whole horde of zombies, and they just got freaking murked. All right, moving on. We got the Orichalcum Sword. Let's see how it goes against a horde of zombies. This one does 59 damage, and it is not too good. I would recommend you don't get this sword. Next, we got the Adamantite Sword, and we got the Titanium Sword. So this Adamantite one does 61 damage, and the Titanium also does 61 damage. Now they both have the exact same, and let's see how they both go against the zombie. Adamantite kills the zombie, 181 damage. Now this one, they feel the exact same and not different at all. They're pretty much the same thing. All right, moving on, guys. We got the True Knight's Edge and the Breaker Blade. They both do about 70 damage. Let's see against a freaking zombie, guys. Okay, True Knight's Edge for the win with this sick animation. Now let's see the Breaker Blade and how it attacks. Okay, it's not bad either. That is it for this chest. Hey, now we're moving on to the GOAT weapons, guys. The weapons that deserve some praise. So for whatever reason, this Obsidian Swordfish is pretty strong. Does 70 melee damage. Let's see it against that zombie horde, and let's see if it does any damage. Okay, not bad at all. Very good weapon, actually. That is pretty sick. That's the Obsidian Swordfish. Now we got the Excalibur, 72 melee damage. Let's see it against that freaking zombie, dude. Zombie has gotten murked. We need a tougher enemy now. Let's try it against that werewolf, guys, that's running away from us. Now, remind you, this is without any accessories, so I'm sure that if you have them quality accessories, you will make this a whole lot stronger. And we are now moving on to the True Excalibur, which this one looks very freaking beautiful. We're gonna be fighting an enchanted sword, guys. Let's see how it does against the enchanted sword. It has destroyed the enchanted sword like nothing. Now what about a werewolf? That is not bad. The knockback is pretty decent. Now we are going to be moving on, guys, to the Starlight. Now this is dropped by the Empress of Light, so I'm gonna assume that this one's gonna be one of the top weapons. Let's do it against that werewolf again. And it's dead, doing 1031 damage per second. What the hell? Come on. Alright. For this one, guys, we're gonna summon the King Slime. Let's see how this weapon does against the King Slime. And it's just melted and everything in its way. Alright. Let's see how it does against let's see how it does against the Destroyer. Oh my gosh. It freaking melted him. And just like that, it is gone. That's pretty fire. Alright guys, moving on, we now got the Terror Blade. This is how the Terror Blade looks like. Very freaking sick. I love it. Now let's see it against that zombie. Alright, didn't even get a chance to look at the blade I was carrying. Boom. Very cool. Now let's see it against the King Slime, guys. King Slime is now finished. That is the Terror Blade. Moving on, we now got the Psycho Knife. For some reason, the Psycho Knife just randomly spikes every single weapon up the melee damage. Like this says 340 melee attack, and now I'm invisible for whatever reason. And now every other weapon has a lot more damage, but this usually does 85. Let's see it against a zombie. Okay, it just killed it with one shot. Now that is quite concerning. Let's see it against the King Slime. Wow, it's actually doing way better than the Terror Blade. Okay, it's actually insane. Technically not a sword, but whatever. Moving on, we now got the Christmas Tree Sword. Now let's try it against this King Slime as well, guys. Let's see how these Christmas trees do. Absolutely cook the King Slime better than the Psycho Sword and the Terror Blade. That is the Christmas Tree Sword. Let's try it against one zombie, just so you guys get the concept of how powerful this sword is. It's now dead. Alright, moving on. We got the Chlorophyte Claymore. Okay, this one drops a bomb. That is pretty decent indeed. Let's see about a Horde versus the Chlorophyte Claymore. And they all get cooked. That is pretty decent. Next, guys, we have the allegedly best swords in Terraria. We're gonna see them all against the King Slime. Starting off with the Brand of Inferno, doing 95 melee damage. Right click to guard with the shield, whatever that means. Here's the King Slime, just does 95 damage, so it should be like nothing. Not like thought it was gonna be better. Wasn't the best, and for some reason I can't right click to guard with shield. So I wish I could show you guys what that looks like, but it looks like I can't. Moving on, we got the Influx Waver versus the King Slime. Let's see how it does. And oh my gosh, this sword is freaking sick. And he is now dead. This is the Influx Waver, guys. Let's get this in the Martian Madness. This does 100 melee damage. Moving on, we got the Horseman's Blade. Does 150 melee damage. Summons pumpkin heads to attack your enemies. Let's freaking see it. There are the pumpkin head guys to attack the King Slime and the foes. And it's dead just like that. Boom. Definitely one of my favorite weapons in Terraria. Very cool concept. Pretty sure it's been around since 1.12. And yeah, the Horseman's Blade. Next, we got a Moonlord's drop. This is the Star Wrath. There's 170 melee damage, and it says causes stars to rain from the sky. Now let's see them stars rain on this King Slime. Okay, probably need a more difficult boss, or maybe we just need 2 King Slimes and an eyeball. Didn't give the eyeball a chance to even do its special attack, and it all got murked. Very sick. Very cool. Moving on to one of my personal favorites, the Flying Dragon unleashes the heart's energy forward. This is how it looks like, guys. Now let's see it against the King Slime. And just like that, the King Slime is a gunner. This one would probably be good against the Destroyer. Okay, not good, never mind. I changed my mind. Alright guys, next we got another Moonlord drop. This is called the Meow Mirror. This is a fan favorite. This is the okay, I'm just gonna cut this out the video. Anyways, Meow Mirror. Yep. Making a whole lot of cat noises. Let's see how it goes against the King Slime. And it's now dead slime. Let's see how it goes against Optimus Prime. Let's throw some of these meow around. I mean, it's doing decent damage. It's not the best. Maybe it's a skill issue, but it's not too bad. Alright, next guys, we got the last but not least Zenith. Boom! Now you guys know I use this one all the time. Now let's see how it is against all of the mech bosses, guys. Couple of slimes, couple of skeletrons, icon Cthulhu's, couple of bees, couple of golem, couple of planteras, couple of brains against the freaking couple of queen slimes, empress of lights, the cultists, and all of that. All right. What's cool about that clip that you guys seen was that I literally don't have any melee accessories or any armors to boost the Zenith's power. This is the best sword in the game, and if this video was at all any helpful to you guys and you guys liked the content, please don't be shy and subscribe. But yes, thank you guys all for watching. I'll catch you guys on the flip side. I appreciate it. Peace.
I wanna show you out. I wanna show you